Hi everyone, welcome to Rise from the Ashes. My name is Shauna Farragon. Today I am going to talk to you about my wedding bouquet. My wedding bouquet was designed and created by me. I ordered different pieces from online as well as went to stores, and I took things back and I tried multiple different things, and in the end I found the right pieces for each of the bouquets. One of the items that I found was sets of butterflies. There were silver and there were gold, and they were perfect. I got them in the mail and I saw them, and I loved them even more in person than I saw the picture online. While I was going through and putting these butterflies onto each of these bouquets, I ended up with extra sets of butterflies, so I'd put one gold and one silver on each of the bouquets that I was making. And I knew mine was supposed to be different, but I didn't know how different it was supposed to be. And so when I got to my bouquet, I had decided, okay, I'll put 7 on there, because that's what our family is, 7. There's my husband Josh, myself, the 2 boys he brought in, the 1 girl I brought in, who is now his, and the 2 little girls that we made together. And when I was putting the 7 on, it didn't feel right. It wasn't sitting right. I was trying to make it work, but something wasn't right. And then I realized that I needed to add 5 more sets of butterflies to my bouquet. These 5 extra sets of butterflies represent the 5 children that I ended up miscarrying. And while I know they can't be here with us today in person, they are still a part of me and a part of my life and a part of my journey. And I don't understand why they're not with us. There have not been answers found as to why they were miscarried. I have not received any answers. And so it's a thing that I can't understand why they're not with me, but I've been able to find a way to understand that there is a reason why they're not with me. And I know that if the first miscarriage had led to a full-term pregnancy and a birth, I would not have had the second miscarriage. And if the second miscarriage had gone through full term and a birth, I would not have had the 3rd pregnancy, which is my firstborn baby girl. I know that if I had had a baby with either of the first 2 pregnancies, my baby girl wouldn't exist, and I don't want to imagine my life without her. She's my firstborn baby girl. We've been through a lot together, and I mean, I've loved watching her grow up and become the woman that she's becoming. That being said, there's a 3rd miscarriage that I honestly don't know where my life would be right now if that one had gone full term and brought a baby into the world. That was a very different circumstance, the way that that pregnancy happened. I know what leads to pregnancies. I did not expect it. And while if that baby was to be born, I would love that baby, I know that it would have taken my life down a different path. So I have no idea where I'd be right now if I had had that 3rd baby that I lost. And then I had another miscarriage. And I know that if I had gone full term and had that baby, my second born wouldn't be here. And she is another amazing little girl that inspires me. All of my girls inspire me. And she's definitely here for a reason. And so the idea of thinking like, oh, I wish that baby that I had miscarried had been able to live through and be here on this earth with us, I don't want to trade the little girl that I do have. So I had to say goodbye to the one that I couldn't have and make room for the one that I could. And each miscarriage, it got harder to believe that I could go through a pregnancy and actually carry a baby. And I was hoping that maybe the miscarriages had ended and we could go ahead and have more babies. And so I ended up getting pregnant again, and we had the doctor's appointment set up, and then I wasn't feeling right, and I didn't know why I didn't feel right, but I knew something was wrong. And then I learned that I was miscarrying again. And while they could bring me into the office to check, it didn't. I already knew that this baby was gone. I was done having babies. I did not want to have any more miscarriages. It was harder. Each time I went through a miscarriage, it was harder to say goodbye and to let go of that baby that I didn't get to have. And so my husband and I had talked about it, and he was willing to go get fixed, and I said, no, I don't care if you have more babies. If we ever get to the point where you need to get with someone else and you want to have a baby, don't take away those chances. I am done having babies, though. I don't want to go through any more miscarriages. And while I was going through the healing process, the moment struck, and I ended up pregnant again. And I prayed that this baby would live. And that little baby ended up being my final baby girl. So while I had planned on going in and getting the procedure done to no longer have any more babies, I did get blessed with one more baby girl. And I can't and I don't want to imagine my life without her. So my final baby girl came, and when I was healed up, I went and took care of myself so that I can no longer have babies, because, as I said, it was getting harder and harder with each time that I did not succeed at bringing a child into this world. On my bouquet, on my wedding day, it was actually our 5-year wedding anniversary and our vow renewal. I got to walk down the aisle with all 12 of the members of our family represented in my bouquet. I try not to live with regrets, because I know regrets lead to wanting to change something. And if I go back and change anything, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't have the life that I have today. I wouldn't have the babies that I have today. I wouldn't be able to watch these children that I get to watch grow up. So I try not to regret anything, because I am trying to live my life, and I do the best I can at living my life full of joy. Joy at watching them as they play, joy at watching them as they're growing up and making decisions and hearing what their teachers have to say about them all. And love. I definitely have love in my life. There's love for my husband, love for my girls, love for the boys, love for our friends, love for our family members. Love even is growing towards those people who may not make it on the friends list. That love helps bring an understanding and a peace of knowing that there are reasons that things happen in my life. I may not always understand it. I may never understand it. I may never get the answers to the questions that I ask. But I can understand that there's a reason. I'm hoping that this message might help someone else who's been through anything similar to what I've been through. And because it is still before November 12th through the 15th of this year, I am going to let you know that you are all welcome to send a message, reach out to me however you want, and ask me for more information if you're interested in healing any part of your life. Maybe it's something to do with miscarriages, maybe it's just other choices in your past that you regret. We are going to be doing a whole lot of healing. There's going to be an amazing drum circle event happening And if you buy into the VIP experience, you will also experience foot zoning and a detox bath. And many, many other things. There's so much planned to be happening at this retreat, and I know it's going to be amazing, which is why I invite everyone to reach out and let me know if you're interested in attending this retreat. It is November 12th through the 15th in southern Utah. And I'd love to send you the link with all the details of everything else that's happening at this retreat and what's planned so far. So just reach out to me.